Are you living the life you've always wanted, or you have settled for what the world thinks you should be? If you have hit a plateau and now you're feeling stuck, and you feel within yourself you haven't reached your full potential, it's not too late. That's the good news. You can always reprogram your subconscious mind to give you everything that you've desired and anything that you want in your life. The one thing that is killing all of us is the fact that we don't believe. We live to a certain extent until when it serves us. We believe to an extent that if we don't see the results, we give up. We give up so easily. We let go so easily because we have created short-term goals. We have created a 1-month rule, a 1-month success, a microwavable success, a microwavable way of being better. Because most of us have a vague idea of what we think we deserve. When life starts drifting away from the path that we have set, from the path we have quietly set within ourselves, we often become very frustrated and very upset for not having accomplished those things. You find yourself asking yourself, why is this happening? Why am I like this? Why do things happen to me like this? In questioning yourself that way, you create a discontent. It can be very powerful. Powerful enough to make us change. Forgetting that our subconscious mind is also trying as much as it can to remind us of the limitations, the disbeliefs, and the mistrust that we have created within ourselves and our mind. So many of us are turning our frustration set against ourselves, which makes us sabotage our own success. Sometimes you're not successful because you're self-sabotaging your success. You're self-sabotaging what you could be for what you think you shouldn't. When you get to the point whereby you start thinking that you deserve so much better, and then you say, you know what, let me just work a little bit harder, let me put in a little bit of more effort. But guess what happens? A few days later, you give up. Rather than taking action and creating change that lasts for a very long time, we tend to drop right back from where we started or where we think we did not want to be. This is why you find people relapsing. This is why you find people going back to where they started before. And this is what causes a sense of regret, a sense of disconnect, a sense of being upset and frustrated. But we have a subconscious mind that is working harder than we are working within our own selves. That does not mean that you cannot change that subconscious mind, because it's very easy to change it. Your conscious mind consumes 10% of your brain. Your subconscious mind consumes 90% of your brain. Now, if you get that, you understand that everything you think, everything you have learned from the age of 7 or from the age of 6 and 5 is working against you because it is stored in your subconscious mind, and that is limiting you to what you can achieve and how successful you can be in life. According to the author and biologist Dr. Bruce Lipton, he says that our programming is established in the first 6 years of our life. During this period, when we're 6 years old, we exist in a trance-like hypnotic state. Learning is effortless because our brain operates lower vibration of consciousness. If I can ask you what happened to you when you were 6 years old, most of the time you will not remember. Think about that time when you're 6 years old. What did you do? What did you think about? What did you desire? What are the things that you wanted so bad? Do you still desire them? Do you still remember that? Do you still think about that? Do you even remember when you were at the age of 5? I bet you don't. Because unconsciously, when you're at the age of 6 years old, we passively observe, record, and believe things that are being pressed upon us from the outside world. We tend to carry the self-image that we've created within our social life or the social groups in which we process that into our own adulthood. That has happened to me so many times. When I was growing up as a child, I rarely socialized. I was rarely in groups of people. I was rarely a friend of or a friend to, and that did surface in my adulthood as well. Unconsciously, it came up in my adulthood. And if I look down the line, when I was a little girl, I don't have people that I call best friends or close friends or, I can say family friends. I didn't have that. And that has carried on in my adulthood. Why? because the image, the environment that was created, that was put in when I was at the age of 6 years old, kind of subconsciously molded my adulthood. For example, if you have any negative thoughts about money, it could have been caused by you hearing things like rich people are greedy, rich people don't care about people, or maybe your insecurity, why you feel insecure, it literally stems from fear of abandonment when you were growing up in a single parent household, or a teacher made you feel inadequate, so you believe that you're not intelligent. I have met people, I've met friends, and I remember one of them saying to me that my teacher told me that I will not amount to anything, I'm a waste of time. Subconsciously, they still think that. Subconsciously, they have that thing at the back of their mind thinking they're not intelligent enough to be successful in life. They're not intelligent enough to push through in life. That was something that happened to them when they were young. But the way in which you're going to trick your brain is you're going to reinvent your mind. You're going to restructure your brain, make you believe what you have killed, to make you believe what you thought was a lie, and reprogram your mind and say, you know what, this is not why it is. And in order to do that, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to track your success. Competence does not breed confidence. Once you create evidence of your success, of the things that you've been successful in your life, or the things that you've been able to achieve in your life, you are no longer going to rely on tricking yourself to fake it until you make it. Because I'll say something to you, I don't have to believe in myself to create YouTube videos anymore. I have created so many videos online, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, that I have a track record of how well I've done these videos. I have proof that I can actually record. I have proof that I can actually speak in front of people and create content. So you're going to try and keep a track of everything that you've been successful at, everything that you have done, everything that your mind has made you believe that it was not worth it. You've done nothing. Look at where you are now. What have you done in your life? To remind you that you have been successful, but your mind is telling you the opposite. So you're going to reprogram that belief that you've had about yourself. You're going to try to identify your limiting beliefs. If you don't have what you say you want, probably there is a limiting belief holding you back from achieving that thing that you would want, or that thing that you should have had. But what you don't understand, this belief was something that was formed a long time ago. It's not something that was formed yesterday or today or 2 weeks ago or a few minutes ago. It's something that was already formed from when you were a child. You often even don't realize that you do have it within yourself. It has become so common that it has become common sense to you at this point. It has become a normality for you at this point in your life to actually realize that this is something that happened years ago that is forming your subconscious mind now and is programming your life at this very point. You have to remember this. Just because you have been thinking and doing something for a very long time, it doesn't mean that it's the truth. You have to identify what has been limiting you from doing those things. What are your limiting beliefs? Is it that you will never amount to anything? Is it that money is not something that you should have because you'll be looked at as a greedy, rich, horrible person? Is it that you're not clever enough to start anything because everything that you started was not rewarded as something good or wasn't to the equal of the other people that were successful with it? Because your subconscious mind is fighting against you, you're going to act as if you are living the dream. The biggest lie that the society has told us is to tempt ourselves to calm down and not dream big or not live the life that you would see yourself living. We have always been programmed, or we have always had this belief that when I get a bit of, when I do a bit more of, when I achieve more of that, then that is when success begins. For example, when I'll have enough money saved up, then I'll start traveling. When I have enough money saved up, then I'll start enjoying and going to places and visiting restaurants and treating myself a bit better. When I have a bit more money saved up, then I will be successful and rich. The problem with this very statement is that if you wait until you have something to get started, you may be waiting all your life. There is no point in your life that you always have enough. When you get £10, you want £20. When you get £20, you want £30. When you want £30, you want £40. When you get 1 million, you say, how about 2 million? How about 3 million? How about 4 million? There is no point in your life that you would say, okay, when I have got enough of it, I'll start living my life. At what point would your life start? When you're dead? If you want to have a 6-figure business, you have to behave like a 6-figure entrepreneur. If you want to be a life coach, you have to behave like a life coach. If you want to be a YouTuber, you have to start acting and behaving like a YouTuber. If you want to be a personal trainer, you have to behave like a personal trainer. Keep investing in that particular thing and live by that. Let nobody tell you you're not yet a personal trainer, so why are you pretending to be one of them? You're not yet a YouTuber, why are you speaking in terms of that? You're not yet a coach, why are you speaking in terms of being that? You know, you're not yet an entrepreneur with a 6-figure business. Why are you behaving like though you've got a 6-figure business? You're tricking your subconscious mind to believe in that you want to be. And let nobody say that you cannot be that, just because they have their own limiting beliefs and they're putting them on you. Because before you have any amount of money in your bank account, you have to start living that life. There is a famous video that I watched on TikTok, and it said, do not look like your problems. Just because you don't have money, you're not going to walk around the streets with torn clothes, with holes, or with no shoes on yourself. No, you're not going to do that. Just because you haven't eaten, you're not going to walk around, with a tummy open, or, crying or upset or rolling on the ground. No, you cannot wear like your problems. Dress like you have the money. Talk like you're knowledgeable. Present yourself like you're confident. You're tricking your subconscious mind to take you away from that limiting belief that you have created upon yourself and upon your life, to say that you're not confident enough because you're not beautiful enough, you're not good looking enough, you haven't had enough, you don't fit into that category. No, you're tricking your subconscious mind to say, regardless of all this, I'm still going to stand in that thing that I want to be. You can always reprogram your mind. You can always restart your mind. You can always, go away with those limiting beliefs about yourself, because nothing in this world is impossible until you make it impossible. Nothing in this life is unachievable until you say it is not achievable. It starts with your mind, it comes out of your mouth, and then you act as it. Hopefully this video has helped you on how to trick your subconscious mind. My name is Akao. Thank you so much for watching. I make mindset, self-improvement type of videos that help you to become a better you. You can always check out my channel and see other videos that may help you, inspire you, guide you, and lead you to a better direction. I guarantee you'll find something that you will love. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.